Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Yeah, whenever you're listening to this, I think we'll be dropping it in the mornings, but
Yeah, Tuesdays.
good day. Good day, sir. Well, how was everyone's week? Let's start off with that.
Yeah.
Cam, how was your week?
Yeah, you go first.
My week, if I can remember it, I did pretty much what I always do. Wake up and then log into school. Then search for a job and then hang out with friends and then come home.
That's fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
Every single day.
every
How are
single
you?
day.
How do you feel about online school? How do you feel like you're adjusting to it? Do you think
Well,
it's worse?
now I'm used to it, but in the beginning it was like stupid. Well,
Yeah.
it's still stupid, but it was just super hard in the beginning. But I don't know, they just give us so much homework.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard cuz when you're going to school in person, you don't have a choice. Like you have to get up and go.
Right.
Yeah.
But like it gives you the illusion of having a choice when you're just getting up out of your bed and then turning on your laptop. So like it's easy to like miss a class or like just not pay attention at all.
Yeah. Because no one's
So-
sitting there staring at you.
Yeah, yeah. And
You
you
don't
don't
have
you
your-
don't have your cameras on or anything.
Okay, I was just about to ask that because I know like some classes they
It's
like force you.
mandatory.
It's
The
mandatory.
only class that I have to have my camera on in is OTech, and that's like a 5-minute class at most.
Really? That's
Well,
interesting.
I'm like a second year in the OTech thing, so all the second years do is just work on their own. So all we do is just like check in with our teachers, and they tell us what we have to do, and then we go do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that hard? Or do you like that better?
And no, I like that. I like that a lot better because my regular homeschool classes are an hour and a half, so it's just like I
An
can
hour
barely
and a
focus
half?
for 30 minutes.
That's terrible.
Oh.
I can't imagine like younger kids like trying to
That
focus.
isn't
There's
that
no
longer
way.
than what your normal class
Oh
would
yeah,
be?
way longer.
Normal classes are like what, 50 minutes?
Yeah.
60. They changed it to 60.
Oh gosh, that's
Yeah, my
awful.
junior year they changed
Why
it.
would they make a Zoom class
Or
an
sophomore,
hour and a
I
half?
can't-
Who wants to sit on Zoom for an hour and a half?
No one,
Listening
but
to your professor talk? Ugh.
I think the reason they do it is because we have A days and B days, and we have different classes on those days. So we're not going to class
you're not
every
doing
day.
like a full day of class.
Yeah. So they make it longer and they give us like
It just
more
sounds
material.
so exhausting, and I'm not even doing it.
Yeah, like each day they'll give us like 2 days worth of classwork just for the day we missed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really hard.
It is, but
It is what it is.
Yeah,
what about
that's
your
stinky.
guys's Chloe?
You go. What'd you do this week?
I did a lot.
You
Well, I
did.
guess this week, but kind of this week. I don't know. I did a lot. I decorated my room for Christmas.
So cute though.
Yeah, I bought like a little like mini Christmas tree and I put that in like the corner of my room, and then I got that from Walmart and it was only like $25. I was like, "Oh, that's like a pretty good deal."
That is because usually Christmas trees, especially around this time, are so expensive.
I know.
And you're like, what the heck?
Is it like a desktop like Christmas tree, like a
No,
small one?
it's like I think it's like 4 feet or like 5 feet.
Oh, so it's just like a
Like a little
okay.
Christmas tree in
yeah.
the corner of my room. And then everything else I got from the dollar store. I got like a Christmas tree skirt. I got ornaments. I got lights to hang up in my room, and then like garland. And then I got like a little what are those things called? A nutcracker. And this was all for like I think like $20 max
Oh, nice.
to like decorate my whole room.
I haven't been to the dollar store in so long.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It is.
Love it.
It's crazy.
What about you, Sarah?
My week was good. It's the same as every other week. I work full time, 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and yeah.
I have a question. Would you rather like be going into work or working from home?
At this point, like going in. But I wouldn't, like, it's so weird. I feel like my perspective's changed. Like, I would not want to be at work for 8 hours a day. Like, I think it's a waste.
Yeah, it's like in the winter you want it to be hot, but in the summer you want it to be cold.
Yeah. That's exactly, it's like,
Yeah.
I want to go, but I don't. And, I just don't think it's necessary to be in the office for that long, which is why work from home kind of works, because, like, I don't need to be sitting at my computer
Yeah.
the entire day.
Exactly. You take like little
I take little breaks here and there, but I definitely would just like to leave the house more. I feel like I work and I sleep basically in the same room, so
Yeah.
I don't leave very often. Yeah, so that's been, and since like we're basically in quarantine again, I haven't been seeing my friends because they're all working, and a few of them are in the medical field, so it's not really safe to be hanging out with them. So I've been at home a lot. To spice up my life, though, I bought a new standing desk, an electronic one, which comes in next week. So I'm super excited, so I can stand up and work now, which is like so sad.
You should get. Have you seen those things? They're like little fidget things for your feet for standing desks, where you can put your foot on it and like swing your foot back and forth, or like you can like.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, there's like little
Like
gadgets.
a footstool?
Almost, yeah, and like it's like a little swing for your foot, and you like put your foot on
And
it.
you just
Like
swing?
a foot hammock?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
nice.
cool. I saw when I bought the place I bought my desk from, they had like bikes for chairs. Like you could like ride, what are they? It's cycling bikes.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
You sit and you cycle
That's
while you work. I know. I was like
Mentally and physically draining.
Yeah, like you're just trying to do everything at once. That's like the people like reading while they're like running on the treadmill, and like I could not do that.
Yeah,
Ew.
I'm so bad at multitasking.
Me
Yeah.
too. I could like watch like a show on the treadmill or like listen to a podcast, but I don't think I could be able to read. Like that's takes too much mental capacity.
Yeah.
The only
That's
time I
much.
can like somewhat multitask is driving and listening to music.
Yeah.
Like singing along to a song.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like driving as well. Because they both are like,
Mind numbing almost.
no, they're both just like second nature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now.
that's true.
So like,
you don't really have to pay attention to drive, which is like kind of weird. Like you should.
it's scary
obviously.
because sometimes I'll just be driving and then I'm like, oh crap, I'm driving. So like,
You know what that reminds me of?
what?
That episode of George Lopez. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Your faces are like.
I never paid attention to that.
Okay, where the mom, she like works at, they all work at like an airplane like parts
Yeah.
place, and and there was something wrong with the plane, and a plane crash happened, and she like blamed herself because she goes into that mode of like not paying
Right,
attention and putting the
right.
parts together. The whole
Oh,
episode's about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I don't
funny.
remember that one.
Yeah. Every
George
time someone
Lopez.
describes that feeling, it always makes me think of that episode of George Lopez.
Just completely zoning out.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that one episode where Max is like he gets on the computer, Max is the son, and he's like talking.
I just saw this on TikTok.
Yes, he's talking to the girl.
Yeah.
And they live in like different states, but they're like actually the same age, but it's like
Their
George
parents.
George gets on the computer and starts like talking,
Because he
and
thinks
then-
it's like an old girl or an older woman like trying to.
seduce Max.
Max.
But then the girl that he's talking to, her parents get on the computer, so it's just
So
the
it's them
parents
talking to each other.
And George is like, "What are you wearing?" And they're like, "Oh, see, he's asking what you're wearing. He's a perv."
That show is so good.
It is.
Recently, Will Smith and like the cast of Fresh Prince have been, they gathered together like back on the same set, and they're like watching old episodes and like doing little skits from the Fresh Prince. And it was sad because the dad had passed away. I forget his name, the actor's name. He passed away.
His actual dad or the
No,
uncle?
the uncle. Sorry, the uncle.
I didn't know he passed away.
He passed away a few years ago, and it showed them they were like rewatching scenes of him, and they all got really emotional. It was really sad. Anyways, back to my week. I also bought a new wig and a ring light for my makeup, so that's something to do.
Yeah, Sarah and I were trying on wigs yesterday. It was funny.
It was hilarious because these wigs are like colorful, like crazy wigs, and we're just like trying to make them look cute, and we just look at each other.
We're like, are we
We're just,
okay?
like, we looked
mentally?
crazy, like insane.
Sarah, the one
wish I
that
had a
Sarah
video.
had on actually looked really good on her. You
I
you took a
bought new one.
picture? Or
I'll
something?
put a video up on the
Wait, was that
YouTube
the
channel.
colorful one?
Yeah, the new colorful one. Cameron tried it on also. But yeah, it was just for fun. We literally needed some laughs, and it gave us some.
Yeah.
And I bought
Even
a
a
ring
couple
light.
minutes is worth it
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah, I want to start doing my makeup like every single day, at least just for fun because I like doing it and it's soothing. But so I bought a ring light to see. I'm like completely blind and there's no good light here, so.
Right.
And hopefully on December 1st, I'll get contacts. I'm like crossing my fingers because I can't do my makeup with my glasses on, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I try to do it, I'm like freaking blind, and it comes out ugly. I hate it.
Sarah has bifocals, so it's hard for
I
her to
do.
get.
I have really bad eyesight.
It's hard for her to get contacts, but
Yeah.
hopefully you do, because
Mhm.
you hate wearing your glasses.
I do because I get pimples. And
Okay,
I look gross.
let's say that you can only have one child in your entire life. What gender would you want it to be?
Wow.
Oh,
I've
my
always
God.
said I wanted a boy, just because we have so many girls in our family.
Mhm.
But I don't know. That's a really hard question. Like, I also wouldn't mind having a girl either, because that'd be, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want a mini me running around.
See, I know my answer.
What is
What?
yours?
It would be a boy.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
just easier.
I would want, like, I don't think I would care about the gender as long as that we got along. I just don't care.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, if they had the same personality traits as me, okay, sounds good. But if they were, like, complete opposite of me, I'd be like, I can't take this. Which is
your
a
kid.
possibility.
As your kid, I can't take
I
it.
can't take this. Aunts, uncles, take them. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Really
Where would you
long
want your
rubber
kids to
band
go to
ball.
school? Like, where would you settle down?
Maybe here.
I would settle down here because I want to be close to mom. Around where we live right now.
It's the school district here is like phenomenal. I would love to have my kids go to school, start school, elementary school up from here, because it's really good.
Yeah, so I'd probably settle down in Michigan. But I don't know, like after moving to New York for the past couple of years, I don't know if I'm gonna ever move again, if I'm being honest. Like I really enjoy traveling and going different places. I just don't
That's what I wanna
don't
do.
find myself like moving and living somewhere else. Unless I met someone and they were like very like needed to move for work or something.
I just want to travel. I want to save up a lot of money and travel.
Yeah.
And then, like, whichever place I like the best, I just want to live there.
Yeah.
We
Where
have
would
to
you
move
travel
them.
though?
I don't know. I don't really want to go around the country. 'Cause,
You
like,
sound
I
like
already
you want to
see-
go overseas.
Yeah, I'd want to go to, like, Europe. Or just, the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to travel too.
I want to.
That's like
Yeah.
it's just crazy that like I haven't even been to all of the states. I know I'm like young, but like that's crazy. Like we live in the United States and like I haven't even seen all of it.
Yeah.
Like even I haven't even seen California.
I know. I say that all the time. Like I can't believe I've never been to California. I want to go so
crazy.
bad. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah. But also, it's huge.
It is.
It's insanely huge. Have you guys seen, like, that
I'm
map?
surprised.
like-
yeah, where you can drag the
The United States and see, like, what it actually is.
and how small Russia is. Like
Yeah, well, because, like, we talked about this a lot in middle school. Like, how, like, the maps aren't at all really, like,
To scale.
proportionate. Yeah.
yeah, no,
What?
not.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Because
Once you said Russia was small, I was like, what?
if you
Russia's, like-
flatten out a globe,
Yeah.
it's just, like, you can't flatten out a globe.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to cut some parts and manipulate some parts in order to make it, like, a flat map.
Yeah.
So, a globe is really the only time you can get, like,
An
a
accurate.
closer to accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, we're basically the
representation.
whole width of the North America.
Like, the
And
US is, like-
Russia isn't the whole width.
The U.S. is like almost as big as Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I thought you said Russia was smaller.
No, it's smaller than what we. I always thought Russia was like huge compared
Yeah.
to the U.S., but
Yeah.
it's not.
It looks like it's like
the U.S.
almost
is,
half of Asia.
Yeah, the U.S.
Ah.
is like almost the same size as Russia compared to like China, which is huge.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it because we recently did the geography
Mm-hmm.
of the U.S. I just want to make sure I was using the right word.
Geometry?
Geography?
Is that what it is? I got a 40%.
Yeah, I got like less than 50%. And
It was like where's Massachusetts? I'm like, where?
yeah, it's
wait.
like naming all the.
Like literally, where is Massachusetts? For a second, well, I knew.
It's above New York.
I know,
right?
I said Massachusetts, but I didn't mean Massachusetts because I do know where that is. Like Kansas. I didn't know where Kansas was.
I don't know, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Like one of the square ones.
Oklahoma. One of the square.
It is.
They should
It's
just
one of the
make-
square ones.
They should just like get rid of that.
Kansas?
No, but at least like Wyoming.
Yeah.
Just form into like one whole state.
Like I know like Washington. I kind of know like the border of the US, but when it comes to like the middle, I get lost.
Yeah, me too.
I don't understand why Rhode Island is a different state.
Then
It's so tiny.
what's
It's
next to
very
Rhode
tiny.
Island?
History.
Delaware, maybe, I don't know.
History to tell you why it's a different state.
I mean, I could
People are like,
definitely just look up a map right now.
Yeah.
Nah.
Too late.
Okay.
I was practicing like religiously like every single day for like a week and never went up. I'm like, am I learning anything?
I don't know.
Do I retain information anymore? Clearly not. It went from like 45% to like 50%.
So bad. It's so bad. We've literally been trying to learn this our entire lives, like since elementary school.
I know.
Anyways, yeah, so I don't think I would ever move.
I think I would like to live somewhere else, but I think at the end of the day when I like want to have a family and like a home, I would like to be near my family in Michigan. I'd like to stay.
Like
and
I
do-
definitely because I want our
Oh.
babies to hang out.
Yeah.
Connecticut is right under
Connecticut.
Rhode Island, and Massachusetts is right above it.
Right. I remember, I clearly didn't remember, but I tried to remember Connecticut because it's like connecting Rhode
Is
Island.
New Jersey even a real place?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's just fictional at this
up
point.
to, it's by Maine.
No, I can see,
It's
but
across
like,
from Manhattan. That's all I know.
but like what, like what's?
New Jersey.
I've never really.
New York.
Jersey.
The only thing I can
can't
think
make
of
a
is
Jersey
like
accent.
Jersey Shore.
That's all you need to know. That's all that matters.
I love that show, man.
Offending a lot of people.
I know.
The whole state of New Jersey. Whatever.
I was gonna go back to I want our babies to hang out and be friends. What if our babies aren't friends? What if they don't like each other?
No, they will.
Why wouldn't they? They'd be cousins.
They're cousins.
Ew, isn't that weird that our babies aren't gonna be like siblings?
Yeah, it kind of
Like they have to be cousins.
They
It's
will
just
be
so
though.
weird.
They'll be close.
I know.
They have to be.
Yeah, we're
We'll
literally
make
gonna be
them.
all together all the time.
And we'll go up
have-
north.
Yeah.
What if I lived up north?
Would you want to?
What if I rented the house from Dad?
You would literally hate it.
Would I though?
he? I've dreamt about like just going up there and living up there, just chilling.
So have I, but I don't think I
Even-
could do it.
Me
The
either.
UP is better than like upper, lower peninsula. You know what I mean?
The
I've
U-
never
oh yeah,
been
the
there.
UP is beautiful.
I've never been there.
It's
What?
I've lived here my
beautiful.
entire life.
You've never been to the UP?
No, you guys went without me that one year, and I've never
What?
traveled up there.
I've
I've been to
only-
Mackinac Island, and that's as far as I've been.
Wow.
What the heck?
I've only been, I think, like twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, and Dad recently just went.
It's beautiful up there. I mean, Michigan in general is really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I like that we have all 4 seasons as much as winter sucks and it's like the longest freaking season.
I mean, in order to move out, like, there's just so much to do until then.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I like
probably-
to think about it, but it's
I think.
the journey there is going to be tough.
I know. I feel like I remember when I was in your place and it felt so far away, and I'm still there.
Me too.
8 years later, you mean?
I know I said 5 because I was thinking that I don't know why I was thinking from 20 years old. I was like feeling that still.
Cam and I were so synchronized when we said that.
You mean 8 years?
Yeah, I mean, in order to get to that stage in my life, I need to do
What
like
stage?
I don't even know what just settling down, just
moving
finding somewhere that I want to be for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
you
a
know,
long way. You're still so young.
But you know you want to
Yeah,
go to
but I mean, I
school.
still want to think about it, and like I still think about it.
Yes, you know you want to go to school though. That's like definite after you graduate.
Yeah, I just want to. I mean, I just need college, and then I need to work for at least like 10 years, and then just move up.
Yeah.
Just keep moving up.
Yeah.
And then eventually just find a place that I'm okay with staying in. Whether it be like a paramedic or emergency medicine.
Yeah.
Or something completely different. It
Yeah.
will probably change.
It probably will. I
Or
feel
it
like
might
you
not.
have a variety. Like you're thinking of being an EMT, and then you're also like very interested in animals. So I feel like you can go.
I
many
just
different
like
ways.
medicine, and I like anatomy. I really like anatomy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like,
Cause didn't you say physical therapy the other day?
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my plans in order to get to where I want to be eventually.
Yeah.
But then that's going to change. Maybe I just want to stay here. It's like my taste buds, you know?
Yeah.
When you grow up, they change.
Yeah. Exactly. You could have a whole plan for yourself, and you could totally go the opposite way. You wouldn't even. Yeah.
I think that's like so okay though. Like I'm here. I'm just like
Yeah,
I know.
but like
I
the
kind of
world,
want it. I'm like,
what
surprise me.
society that we live in today makes it sound like it's not okay.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
you have to have one steady job for the rest of your life. Like you can only pick one career.
I know.
Because
I
if
remember.
you change, it's just gonna mess it all up.
Yeah, I remember when I decided. I was like when I graduated from college, I was working as a graphic designer and for a company in Detroit, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to be here for like the rest of my freaking life." And it was a shitty job, and I was getting paid shitty money. And then I told people like, "Okay, I'm going to move to New York and I'm going to get a better job and I'm going to double my salary and blah blah blah." And someone close to me was like, there's no way you can do that. The right thing to do is to stay at a job and like work your way up. And I was
Told
just
you
like
that.
somebody, and I was just like,
Okay.
I was like, I was so pissed, and I was like, no, that's not how. And then I moved to New York without a job, found a job, almost tripled my salary,
Yeah.
and I'm still doing that.
And now she's living at home, still getting that salary.
Yep.
So
Yep. So I'm saving a lot.
cheers to whoever told you that.
Yeah, I was like, no, you do not have to do that anymore. I'm not going to work for a corporation. I always see on TikTok, it's like, stop working for and making someone else rich. And I'm just like, I'm here for it, even though I'm still doing that right now. But like,
But
that's what I wanted. That's what I
bettering
want to do.
yourself in the process. Like as long as you're bettering yourself in the process.
Yeah, like I still should try to do something for myself during the week when I work. Do something for my own company or my own, because I want to own my own company.
I just feel like don't listen to anyone else.
No, because it's your life.
Exactly.
Nobody can really talk about it because they didn't live your life. You lived your life. You're the only one that's lived your life.
Like,
Yeah.
only take advice that you know, like, goes to you personally. Like, that you can take to heart. Like, people will try and give you advice, but, like, you don't always have to take it. Because
Even when
they could be wrong.
Yeah, even when I go to mom and dad about things, like as they're telling me advice, I'm still like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm still like,
I don't.
actually, no, I'm not going to do it that way. I mean, I obviously take a lot of their advice 'cause I think they have great advice when it comes to like career stuff and other things. But sometimes I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do it that way.
Yeah, I'm not one to believe in like having one career for the rest of your life. Like, why can't you just have like hobby careers?
I
Like, I
agree.
wanna
You
do
just have to make
this.
money. You
Then I want to
literally,
do that.
yeah.
Like I did hair and like I liked it, but like I didn't like want to continue doing it for the rest of my life. Like I still do it for Dad and Cameron.
Mhm.
But like now I've moved on and I want to do like other things. And I think that's okay.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with that.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Everyone that I went to hair school with though, like I'll talk to them now and they're like, "Why don't you just like go get your license and like why don't you like go do hair?" I'm like, "I don't want to do that." Like I wasn't happy doing that. Like I wasn't happy going to work every day and being told like I needed to look a certain way or I needed like this amount of makeup on. I needed my hair done. Like I didn't like that. So, bye. Like why
Why would
is
you
that-
stay if you didn't like it?
Yeah. Like why can't you just congratulate me on like finally doing something that I'm like happy and content doing
Mm-hmm.
instead of like why would you spend all that money on cosmetology school if you weren't going to do anything with it? Like whatever is an experience. And I learned a lot from it, not even like about hair, just like about myself, and like I had a lot of personal growth. I feel like cosmetology school for me, since I didn't go to college, was like that was my college
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
You did
yeah.
grow a lot. And it was only, how long was that?
I think like 10 months, almost a year.
Mhm.
9 months, something like that.
Yeah.
I graduated a little bit later because I missed a few like probably like 2 weeks or something like that.
Which is fine. I mean, you were still on time because you graduated from high school a year early.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Then I just like, yeah. But now I'm in school to be a vet tech and I love animals and I love what I do and I won't let anyone talk down on me about it because it's annoying. Like I saw one of the girls that I went to cosmetology school with at Ulta. She's like working at Ulta and she was like, why don't you do hair? Like it's just so annoying. Like why do you care? Like I'm happy now.
yeah, I mean, it's not your life. Why do you care what I do?
Yeah. So that's my goal, to graduate,
Be a vet tech?
be a vet tech
Mhm.
for a little bit. I don't know. I've talked about like owning my own dog daycare facility before. I just like have so much experience at like daycares and like every time I've worked at one, I've like seen flaws that I know like if I ran a business like that, like I'd just do it like 100 times better.
Yeah.
And like I admire like the women that I've worked for and like what they do and like their grind, and like I admire a lot of things about them, but there are some things that if I were to run my own business, I
Yeah.
know I would do it better.
I think you could do it.
Yeah, it's just a thought. I want to finish out what I'm doing now before I like jump to something else.
Yeah.
Because I do that. I like to like jump to new things, and I just like want to see my vet tech through because I really enjoy doing what I do and like handling animals and helping them when they're sick and helping the vet.
Yeah. Do you guys ever I know this is like really off topic, but sometimes I just get really lightheaded and like my vision like blurs for a second.
Yeah,
Or like it doesn't blur, it like shakes.
maybe you should go to the doctors.
That used to happen to me, but then I started eating more.
I think it's low
That's
iron.
probably it. It is low iron, I think. My doctor has told me multiple times that I need to take iron
Supplements.
supplements. Yeah. Should go and do that.
It's good for you either way. I
Mhm.
mean, unless
As
you take too many.
The winter's coming up. I definitely need to start taking like vitamin D.
Oh yes, I do too.
I'll probably get some iron. I
Just-
hate the winter because
Just
it's like
winter
it's not
depression,
just
man.
yeah, it's depression. It's the winter depression.
It is. And then
Um,
on top of it, we have the virus going, just everything going on in the world, and like just 2020 as a whole has been like just, you know.
A lot.
Do you
a
want
shit
to
show.
know what my favorite like saying is?
What?
Ignorance is bliss, because that is 100% true. And if you just get everything out of your mind and just not think about what's going on in the world, which can seem ignorant.
Yes.
It's important.
It's gonna improve like your mental health.
It's important for your mental health. Us as if you think about it as humans, we weren't like programmed to be this aware of like so many other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are literally programmed to like survive.
Yeah, and that's like another thing. Like, if you ever get the feeling like no one else is real, that's like
Yeah.
because it's so hard to understand everyone.
Mm-hmm.
All 7 billion of us
Mm.
have our own lives, interactions every single day, our own thoughts. And it's just so much. It's too much to comprehend.
It is.
So
Yeah.
your brain is like that can't be real, or like you're like something's weird. Like
I know, because like when like something tragic happens sometimes, and I feel like upset that I'm not reacting.
But we're just
So I'm not reacting in an emotional way, or I don't feel bad enough, or like
we're just being
I get mad. I
bombarded.
get mad at myself because I'm like, you should feel like really like upset about this, but it's hard to like feel those emotions when it's like
when we're
not
being
happening.
bombarded with so many different issues. Like it's hard to like
stand up.
in the beginning of 2020 we were talking like let's pick like 3 topics that we genuinely care for. Remember we were like
Yes,
at
we
the
were talking
bagel
about
shop
it.
and we were like let's just focus on those 3 topics and like try to improve that because it's so hard to like keep up with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are some things that
Like, do you guys remember when the Amazon was like burning
yeah.
and everyone was like freaking out about that?
Yeah.
So long. What?
I don't know. I thought you were going to say like
It-
I didn't care.
and
No,
like,
I cared because one of my things was in the environment. That was
Yeah.
one of my 3 things.
that's one of the things that I care about like most.
Me too.
Like, have you guys watched Our Planet?
I haven't seen that
You
one.
have to watch that.
Did you watch Minimalist?
I just feel like out of everything that's probably the most important thing because without like a sustainable environment, nothing else matters.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
I don't know. It's just like sad. It's really sad because if you watch Our Planet, it's like this guy and he's like really good at narrating or whatever. And like they get so close in like the personal like ecosystems and like just things that go on in the wild that we're completely oblivious to.
Yeah.
But they're so important to like how we live
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
just like it's just sad to see
Us
how
not
much
care.
we affect like the world.
Those, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those
I-
ecosystems.
And how easy it is to not do that.
Yeah.
It's just we're so greedy.
Yeah. One of my goals for 2020 was like to go on like a mission. I guess it's called a mission trip or a volunteer trip to do something
like for the
for the environment.
yeah,
Like a
clean
volunteer.
up.
Yeah. Obviously that didn't happen, but still a future goal of mine to do. I try to do it. I did it a lot when I was in New York, like consuming products, using like going plastic free, buying, you know.
Yeah,
But then it's also like you're buying these products. There's a lot of like
it's hard because
double-edged sword things.
you can do so much as an individual, and yeah, it's important to be like individually conscious, and like you should still hold yourself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really it would be a more of an impact if it was bigger corporations
Mm-hmm.
like acting and actively trying to help the environment.
And
'cause
they
it's
they
hard.
act like they are, but in reality they aren't.
Yeah, did you see Apple how they came out with like that new
Battery.
they came out with the new like charging cord
Yeah,
and it doesn't have
Yeah.
a block on it and it's like okay we're just gonna go to Amazon and buy a block
Mm-hmm.
so we can charge our phones. Like
Exactly.
you're not really helping anything because then we're going on Amazon and we're probably supporting another company that's wasting
Using like
so
child
much more,
labor.
yeah,
and
and wasting so much more products and
Yeah.
overproducing
Mm-hmm.
and probably throwing out whatever they don't sell.
it's messed up. Like CVS, they throw out so much stuff.
I saw that like just overproduction. I saw so many different like even like clothing they just like throw out.
It's just like so just disgusting, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Like how much
Oh,
they could
you
really
guys
help
should
if they
watch-
actually tried just a little bit. Like having like these overproduced like goods, like the stuff you don't need, you can send somewhere else. You don't have to throw it away, but
Yeah.
that
or
costs
just
money,
recycle it.
and they want all the money
And we
that
don't
they
even
can get.
recycle everything correctly. It's like
Oh my gosh, our recycling system, yeah. It's messed up.
I watched Minimalist on Netflix. That was really good. That was about consumerism and stuff, which I think you guys would enjoy watching.
I don't think I could ever be.
I'm gonna be like a full-on minimalist, but there's a lot of good points as to like over-consuming and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And I also this week started watching like food documentaries. I just watched Fed Up on Amazon Prime, and it's just about like the nutrition system for children and like in the schools and like in like obese children, and it documents like them and their like weight loss journey, and they just like can't lose it because there's no way for them to get like healthy food, and they're just eating shit all the time.
Their
and it's
parents?
always their parents are just like not, they're like the parents are like buying like Diet Coke and like reduced fat products instead of like buying like whole
Organic.
foods.
I feel like that's where you
Mhm.
hold the parents accountable.
Yeah, yeah. But and even when they go to school, they're like, you
Yeah,
have to pack
and that-
lunches for
but-
them. They can't eat the school lunches because it's
The school lunches are just.
yeah.
It's just our parents, like, they didn't really know. Like, we're, like, more aware of it because of the toll it took. But I feel like that stuff started happening when our parents were children.
Even recently, because it talked about Michelle Obama and like her trying to help, but she like teamed up with corporations and like
She just made the lunches like trash.
yeah,
Like not even.
They
but
weren't
like
even,
not
like, that
healthier
much
for you.
healthier. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like trash.
because it says like, oh, it's less calories, but there's still the same amount of sugar in it.
Do you guys
It
remember
should
those
be
cookies?
the same amount of calories.
From middle school.
The middle school cookies, man. Do you
Those were
remember
good.
Those were good cookies. People
Like the
would
ones wrapped in
line
saran
up,
wrap.
Yes.
Oh my god, those
Oh,
were so
line
good.
up for those cookies.
I have actually. You guys know I have like a little bit of a hoarding problem. Like just a tiny. Like I just hold like
Yeah. You small, sure.
small treasures, and I've actually gotten a lot better. I have a box, and I only keep stuff in that box, because if not, I'll go overboard, and I have to do a dump every once in a while. But
Yeah.
I have a little, like, I have a plastic wrap of one of the cookies in there.
You seriously?
Yeah.
How do you keep that? What's it called? Do you
Because
know?
we used to make, in middle school, we used to make little bracelets out of them.
Oh.
And like just wear them around middle school, like being dumb kids or whatever, and I kept it.
That's so funny. Do you remember Silly Bands?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do
That
you?
that was like my elementary school. That
Yeah,
happened
people
when
used
I
to
was
collect
in,
Silly Bands and wear
like
them.
third grade. Yeah.
Isn't it weird how
Never
little
bought
trends
one.
like that happen when you're young, and everyone in the school would like just go along with it?
It's so fun.
weird.
Okay. Oh, this is a good story. Listen.
What? What?
So I was in like, I was in 5th grade. We all would have like these cards, and like you'd get like a hole punched in your card,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and you'd get these hole punches in your card if you were like acting good for the day, and the teacher would decide. So like you'd have like rows of holes, and it was like 10 holes. So each day, like every 10 days, if you filled out a whole row, you could go to like this little shop
Gift.
kind of thing
Right.
behind the stage
Mm-hmm.
and pick out a toy. But if you filled up like a whole punch card of them, you could pick out like a bigger toy. And if you had
Yeah.
like 2, you could like pick out an even bigger one.
It was called like it was called like, what was Jefferson's mascot?
Jaguar.
Jaguar. They were like Jaguar.
Jaguar.
What was it? I know exactly what you're talking about. They were little yellow slip things, right?
Yeah, well, mine were kind of like half sheets
Oh, okay.
and maybe a little bit shorter. But anyway, so at the end of the year, we got to like choose if we wanted like a big toy or if we wanted to be a teacher's helper.
Oh right.
And we could pick our teacher that we wanted to help. And I really liked my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Fitz, and I wanted to be her helper.
Uh-huh.
And so I like asked if I could be her helper, and my teacher was like, no,
What?
because too many people had already picked her.
Oh.
So I had to be my least favorite teacher's helper. Well, second least favorite,
Who?
Miss Brennan,
Oh.
my 1st grade
I thought you
teacher.
were gonna say Miss Brittany.
Yeah, no. That's my first least favorite. But so I was like, fine, I'll just get a toy, and then like I got like some stupid thing. But then after one of the days of school, I figured out that you could get into that room from the
You
stage.
told me about this.
Yeah.
What?
So there was like a door behind all these boxes that were on the stage, and you through that door was the toy room. So like one day after school, it was like latchkey was going on. They had it in the auditorium with the stage. So like I like went up on the stage and like I just disappeared. No one questioned me or questioned about me. So I like went into the back room and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm a genius." So I just like took a bunch of toys.
No way.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I think you told me about that.
Did you just bring them home, like dump out your backpack?
Yeah, I put them in like a little pocket in my bag. But I was scared to take too many things
Yeah.
because I felt like it would be obvious. So I took like one of those like laser rings, you know, like the laser rings, and then one of those things that like you fold it inside out and then you set it down, it pops up.
I love those things.
Oh my god, those were cool. What
And
the
then
heck? Anything
Probably like a couple
entertaining.
bouncy balls, and I think I stole like a stuffed animal too, and those were one of the bigger toys.
Friend.
So, yeah.
That's so funny. I've never done anything like bad like that. I don't even think I could ever look back at my like elementary school. I don't know. I was such a kiss
I hated
ass.
that elementary school.
I was such a
I was very quiet.
perfect. Did everything.
I wasn't.
as
I was
loud
not.
Angel.
And dramatic as I was at home, I was very quiet in school. Like
Yeah.
with my teachers. All my teachers loved me. I was always the teacher's pet.
I feel like no one liked me.
Like your teachers?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you were just quiet.
Because I was just quiet and I was like to myself.
They
And
probably
I
liked
never,
you then.
I never, yeah, maybe. I never over exerted myself either. I was never like an overachiever. Like I just got through it.
Yeah, I feel like they were just probably too busy dealing with all of the troublemakers.
Yeah.
And they just knew like they didn't have to.
Dude, there's this kid in my elementary school that literally like threw a desk
How
over
does
at
a
another
little
kid.
kid pick up a desk?
He picked it up and threw it at him. And we were all just like, was it a desk?
Could have been a chair.
Could have been a chair. Either way, still scary.
Yeah, that is scary.
I saw a kid threw a pencil at my face once. Cut me in the face.
One time in middle school. Oh, this is what I was going to talk about. I was like a pretty good kid. Even in middle school, like I never really did anything wrong. And the principal called my mom and told her that I was being like really bad and like acting out to one of our substitute teachers. And that like I was going to get like detention and like he was close to like suspending me, which was like never even close to something that I would ever do. Like I even like to a substitute teacher, like I would never like act out or like go against them. And mom picked me up from school and I got in the car and she immediately started like screaming at me and I was just crying. I was like, "What are you talking about? Like I'm not like that. Like it wasn't me, Mom. Like I promise it wasn't me." Like she was so pissed and I was like, "I didn't even have a substitute teacher today. Like I don't know what you're talking about." So she didn't believe me. She was like, "You're grounded. Like I'm taking your phone. Like you're grounded." Like so mad at me. And then
oh my god.
the principal called her back and he was like, "I'm so sorry." Like it was another girl that had like a similar name to me. It wasn't Chloe, but like very similar. And he called the wrong parent.
So mean.
Yeah, and then
did mom come apologize
yeah,
to you?
she was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "Yeah, I told you I didn't even have a substitute teacher today." And the next day, well, mom was like, of course, being a little Karen. And she was like, "You're going to apologize to my kid tomorrow. Like, you're going to go up to her and, like, verbally apologize to her because she just got in, like, so much trouble for nothing."
Yeah.
And
Good, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
that's the type of Karen that I like.
Yeah.
Not like the public, like,
Right.
in Target or, like, Walmart
Right,
Karen.
exactly. Like, you made a mistake at your job.
Yeah.
Like,
Own
hold
up
account-
to it.
of
Yeah.
accountability, even to a child, even though like you're the authority, like you still need to apologize to me when you make a mistake. So he did. He came up to me and he gave me those little punch cards. In middle school is different. If you got, they would give you like little cards if you like did something good. and once you got like so many passes, you could get like a free pencil or something stupid
Yeah.
like that. And he gave me like 20 of them.
Oh my god, he's like, I'm so sorry.
He was like, I'm so sorry.
20 pencils.
And I was like, oh, it's okay.
Like balling.
Yeah. Another time I had one of my teeth fell out. It was like a back molar. It was a baby tooth. And my gums were really bugging me, and I always used to chew gum in gym class, and I would always get yelled at. My teacher like hated me for it. And this one day I was on the treadmill and I was just like playing with the gums in my mouth, and he thought I was chewing gum, and he just started like screaming at me, and I was like, I swear, like, I wasn't chewing gum this time, like I promised I wasn't. And he didn't believe me, obviously. And I got sent down to the principal's office, and I'm pretty sure I got detention for that. Asshole.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got detention for chewing gum.
I got detention once. Oh, no, I don't really remember. I remember I got in trouble for cheating on a test.
How dare you?
Whoa.
I know. I wasn't actually cheating. People around me were. And I got in trouble for it, and I was like really upset because that doesn't happen to me, and I was like crying. And then one of my friends was like making fun of me for it and was like saying I was like just like being rude to me about it. And I started crying in my math class, and the math teacher came out and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, all these people think I'm a cheater."
Sarah, that's so cute.
I know, I was so upset. But I did get detention once for something in my Spanish class. I think I was just like fucking around.
Was that high school?
That was middle school.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never gotten detention. I didn't get in trouble in high school.
I got a Saturday detention once.
Oh
What?
my
Yeah.
god.
Mhm.
Don't even talk to me about Saturday school.
What the heck? I've never been to Saturday school.
That was, I was like, I am with a bunch of hoodlums. I was like, never again.
Jesus. Well,
I'm not
Cameron's like a
that
part
might
of
be a
that group.
pineapple. No, but
just very bad kids, and I wasn't a bad kid. I wasn't like I did like mess up sometimes, but like I wasn't like a troublemaker. And kids in my school, my grade,
Yeah,
were
your grade
bad,
sucked.
bad
I had a good
kids
grade. Your grade sucked.
in middle school. Like
It was like, what the heck? They were growing up at like 10 years old.
yeah,
Weird.
so
I don't even know what your class was like, Cam.
it was good in elementary school. Actually, I don't know, like I don't know. But in middle school, my grade was always like just I don't know. Not bad, not good either. Just like we always acted like we were the best, which was annoying, but it was also fun.
I feel like that's just like the Gen Z like way.
Yeah, I
Like
guess
the
I
way
don't
that
know.
Gen Z makes fun of millennials on TikTok.
It's not funny.
It's so embarrassing.
Shut up.
It
Why are
is.
you looking at me? I'm not even a full-on millennial. Like, that's so
Yeah.
rude.
No, I was just saying like it's embarrassing to watch because it's so funny. They're like,
Did you see the TikTok that was like, you know, for the older generation on TikTok, like the 90s? People born in the late 90s. They said the older generation. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
That's
saw that.
Gen Z.
the late 90s. Like I would consider myself in the middle, and I
Yeah,
was born
you're
in
prob-
98.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
But I think
I don't know, Chloe.
technically I would be.
Gen Z.
You should look it up.
Well, you're only 5 years before me, and I'm definitely Gen Z. But I'm pretty sure Gen Z is like 1996 to 2000.
No.
Like,
If I'm
way.
missing it by a year, I think literally 95 is like, no one knows. I think it's a lost year.
I think same as 98. I don't think we have like a place. I think we're kind of in the middle. But I'd say
Yeah.
Sarah's more millennial than Gen. You
I don't- there's a
You're
lot of
not even
things I
close
don't-
to Gen Z.
okay, yeah, no, it says
not.
Gen Z is
Yeah, like,
Okay.
kinda.
it
Okay,
says
go
Gen
away.
Z is the newest generation to be named and were born between 1997 and 2012 or 15.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. See,
And
so
they're
you're
currently 8 to 23 years old.
Okay, Sarah. So
so I miss it by 2 years.
you are like the lot. You're like
I'm
a
like a lost
zillennial.
year. Yeah.
You're like a Gen Z millennial, leaning more towards millennial.
There's things that I can understand about you guys, and then there's things I understand about millennials.
But I feel the same way. Maybe it's just because I grew up with you.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, like,
And
I can't relate to, like, people I see on TikTok. Those people are just, like,
they're crazy.
you can tell that they're either, like, an only child or the oldest sibling, and they were born, like, 2005.
That's so
And they don't
weird.
know, like, they've never, like, watched VHS, and they never, like, played on the Wii, and...
How do you grow up not? What do you mean they've never played on the Wii? Even 2005, like, what kind of childhood did you have if you didn't play on the Wii?
I don't know, but, like, some people I see...
Disturbing.
Some
know.
people I see just, like... I just hate my own generation, okay? I dislike it a lot.
I don't.
You're
I
such
love
like
Gen
an older
Z.
soul.
I just hate it because it's just like people who think that they're better, and it's just like, okay, cool, but think that on your own. Like, I don't care about you.
Yeah. No, I get that, but I do think that you guys hold a lot of responsibility for what the world is going to be. You guys
Yeah,
are the
but
future.
so do you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
we do. We do. our
You're
best.
next up.
I know. They're still the millennials. They're still getting there.
Yeah, they're getting older though.
Yeah.
Do you remember
which
when they
makes
used to
sense,
be like the
get up there.
20s, and now they're like
They're like
in their
30s.
30s now?
Mm-hmm.
Like mid
I'm in the
30s, 30s. I
20s.
don't know actually exactly, but yeah.
But you know how like millennials used to be like portrayed as like the hipsters
Yeah.
and stuff, and like the late
Like,
like
they
20s.
never wanted to work.
Yeah.
And now they're like literally doing fine. They're doing
Mhm.
great.
But that's how every generation is going to be. I mean, we're all going to grow up and then get more out of our own heads.
Did you guys see that article where it's like millennials aren't buying diamonds as much, and it's just like we can't afford to live.
That's true.
Yeah, because
We
y'all
can't
messed
buy
it
a
up for
house.
us.
I know. Literally, that's all my friends talk about. Like, we cannot afford. How do people afford houses?
I was actually watching a video about inflation, and I guess I don't really want to go too much into it because I didn't really grasp all of it. Like the numbers, I didn't grasp, but basically just how like the prices of things have inflated a lot more than like what we're getting paid. Like I think
Oh yeah.
we've gotten paid like I think it's like a 12% increase compared to like the price of gas has
Like
gone up,
minimum
like,
wage?
200%.
Like, how much that's gone up.
Minimum wages shot up
Yeah.
like crazy. Like when I was working, minimum wage was $7.40.
Yeah.
I remember when that was...
No, I was talking about like career, like getting
Oh yeah,
paid
even like
yearly.
salary.
Yeah, like salaries. I wasn't talking about like hourly wages.
Yeah, but that depends. I mean, what you go into.
I think it was just looking at like the average.
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah.
looking at
Middle class, like,
average pay,
which is
was
like 30,000.
34,000.
30, yeah. Yeah, that's just... I don't know.
Well,
I feel like something better is just gonna happen with each generation. We're gonna improve
Yeah.
on something.
Obviously, Gen Z will grow up and they won't be so Gen Z.
And we won't be as horrible to our environment because that's all we see now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
yeah.
which is good. That's a good thing. That's good brainwashing. Just show what, like, how messed up the
'Cause-
world is getting.
True.
I mean, it's not even brainwashing. It's just like
Yeah,
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Gen Z obviously is cringy. Like every generation when they're younger is cringy. That's just like the part of growing up. Like
Yeah.
you're just cringe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like middle schoolers and like teenagers, like you're just cringy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's bad.
And they'll stop and they'll grow up and you guys will, you know, rule the world. And like I love the part of TikTok. Never mind, I don't want to talk about that because it's too political.
Oh yeah. We don't have to get into it.
I just love how quick Gen Z is with
Goes into it.
No, I wasn't. No,
Oh.
I'm not. Just how like witty they are and like how quick they are with like comebacks. It's
Yeah,
funny.
they are. They're good. They're funny.
It's
I
because
know.
you
It's
guys...
funny about.
It's because we grew up underneath you guys, and you guys were better at us than we were. But now
So true.
Now we're getting good at it, and we had to
Funny.
hone our crafts and
Yes.
skills.
You're
So
very
true.
good at it. It's upsetting.
I don't know. It's not even like funny. Like
It's, like,
it's
serious
pure
stuff.
just insults.
Yeah, it's like
just
insults about
degrading.
serious conversations, and it's like sarcasm. It's like, I don't know. It's a mix of a lot.
It's literally the humor. That's all
It's
my
the
humor
humor
is.
for me.
Is just like making fun of what I think is stupid.
Yeah.
But like doing it in a way that's not like, oh, haha, just like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, just like,
Where
just
it's actually
attacking it.
Yeah, I know, like where it's actually hurtful. Like it's
Yeah.
not just like, oh, that's you're so silly.
But,
it's
like-
actually like you look fucking dumb. That's
Yeah,
what it is,
yeah.
but in a very witty, like cunning way.
Yeah. Or like we'll
funny.
compare you to something that's like so absurd.
Yes.
No, I love the insult where it's like, okay, and then they'll put a name and they'll be like, pack it up. Like they look like someone stupid. Like someone will like make a video and they'll be
That's
like,
so stupid.
okay, pack it up, Shrek. Like they
Oh,
like look
yeah.
like ugly or whatever.
so
funny.
mean. Oh my god.
Gosh, TikTok is amazing, but TikTok comments, that's where it's at.
Oh my
It
God.
is. It's so funny.
So funny.
I don't like them.
Why? They're so funny.
I like some of them. Some of them.
Especially when you're thinking something about the video and then you go to the comments and all of the comments are the same
Yeah.
thing.
But like,
That's
just
the
like
best.
Gen Z doesn't know when to let a joke go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
that's
it's like
true.
literally like.
They're
But
just, like,
also
making
the
it
jokes
up.
go so fast I can understand it because, like, you know, like the I like Yo Cut G stuff.
Oh yeah,
People
don't-
still use that and it's just not
it's
funny.
so old.
It's just like
Next.
it wasn't really that funny, like, ever.
no.
Like the videos, it's themselves were funny. Like the kid, like giving his
The
brothers
smack
got
on
the
the-
haircuts.
the,
Yeah,
the smack on the
yeah,
head.
that was funny. But then people just like if someone got hit in the video, they'd comment, "He really said I like your cut, G," and then it has like
Oh, that's-
thousands of likes, and it's just like the top comment every time, and it's just not funny. I'm like, you sound stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I've
Some
seen
are-
this
some are
comment
stupid,
literally 100 other times.
I just love how when you're like so deep into like the internet and like the memes that like you can pick up on like inside jokes between like different
Yeah.
like or memes. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but
I get what
you
you
guys
mean.
get what I mean?
Like it's an internet inside joke, and if you're not a part of it, you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like
funny.
pertaining to something else.
Isn't it crazy we didn't grow up with like this type of technology, like social media? We didn't
I'm
have any of
happy.
that.
Oh,
very
yeah,
happy
I'm
and
so
thankful that
happy.
we
I think
didn't.
back to like us at the
I could not imagine having like these platforms when I was like in middle school.
yeah.
Mhm.
I would
I'd feel like shit.
and I would be so just overly cringy. Like
Well, we had
God.
Snapchat.
We had Instagram. I had Instagram in high school. That's when I
And
first got it.
Instagram,
And
yeah.
if I kept those posts up now,
Well, back then Instagram didn't matter. Like you'd post a picture of your feet
Mm-hmm.
or like whatever, like the freaking sunset.
Now
that
every
everyone's
picture
seeing.
you have to post it needs to have a meaning and then like a cute quirky
I know. I think we've all like pretty much given up on it.
on Instagram,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't
Especially
post it on
with the
there
new
anymore.
update.
Trying to think of past things or how we interacted when we were children.
Honestly, me and you didn't really interact a whole lot because you like it's weird because it's only 8 years.
Me being triggered.
You're
Really?
like, I loved you.
I literally took care of you so
Well,
much.
yeah, because I mean
But you were little.
able to remember it.
Yeah, you weren't.
I don't remember it at all. So
I
like
know. Once you were like of age.
once I was like
I know.
able to remember stuff, like
Yeah.
5th grade, you were already gone. Like, high school and college, like
Yeah.
you were with your friends a lot. So
That's true. That's true. But me and Chloe hung out all the time. We shared a bedroom for like most of our life.
Yeah, not most of our life. Until I was 10. Until our parents got divorced.
You're 10 when you moved out?
No, I was like I was 12,
Oh.
13.
were you just out of
No, I was just out of middle
Middle
school.
school?
Yeah, I was like, you're older.
You were
than
like
me.
13,
12,
14.
13.
You went
13
to
or
13.
14.
When you moved out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 13.
Maybe
13.
yeah, 13.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's still 13 years we shared a bedroom.
Did we?
Actually,
Like, I don't
we had
remember.
our separate rooms until Cameron was born.
Yeah.
And then he took the creepy room.
Yeah, Cameron's bedroom growing up was so creepy. The closet.
It would
Ugh.
lock,
The
even though there
closet
wasn't a
would
lock.
just, like, jam shut. I remember one time we were, like, playing or whatever, and our cousins were over, and I went into the closet to, like, hide, or we were playing hide and seek or something, and I shut the door. Biggest mistake in my life. I got locked in, and it was, like,
Oh my god.
literally the scariest thing ever. And I couldn't get out, and I was just, like, crying, and everyone was, like, on the outside of the door, like, trying to open it, but it would just, like, jam shut and just lock. Like, there wasn't a lock on the door.
No, it would just get jammed. It was scary though. That room was terrifying.
Yeah. I remember one time I got really scared because, I don't know, when I was younger, my imagination was just, like, insane. Or I, like, wasn't good enough at blocking out what I could really see.
Yeah. You think
But I
children
saw,
see
like,
secrets?
figures in my doorway. But there was this one night where it was an actual figure. And it was, like, a wolf. But it was just Cole. But it scared me.
Our
It
dog
scared
Cole.
me, yeah.
Ah.
I was, like, frozen. And then, like, he was just, like, staring into my room. And then he, like, walked and then, like, laid down in my
Cole
room.
always slept in your room. Always.
Yeah, he loved you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That I used to do that when I was young. I think the thing that I was most scared of when I was younger was just the dark. Just like being in the dark because
I
my
hated
mind
it.
would make up. I know Chloe loved the dark and we shared a room and
It was so hard.
I was like I can't because my mind would make up figures in the darkness and I would just be terrified. It was awful.
I would just close my eyes and go to sleep.
And I was terrified. Good for you. I was scared of ghosts and stuff. That was the scariest thing. I was just scared of that stuff.
I just don't get it. Sarah would always sleep by the door, so the light from the hallway would go in on her bed, and I would sleep, like, as far away from the door as
I
possible.
know you're just
so
like
there
in the
was, like-
darkness and in the
Yes,
corner, and I'm
yes.
just like, leave the door open. But yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know how Sarah grew up with me as a roommate. Like, I was...
Chloe was, I almost said crazy. You weren't crazy. She was just very imaginative
Yeah.
child. She would like where which is I wasn't.
Mm-mm.
I was very like, this is reality. Chloe was like, would just like talk herself to sleep, like talking to herself to fall
It was
asleep.
soothing. It was like I don't know, like it was like almost like a form of meditation for me. Like I would like
I'm
make
just
up little
like-
stories, or like every night I had a Wicket this is so weird. I had a Wicket headboard,
Yeah.
and they had like little like lumps in it, and
Yeah.
each lump was a day, and then I would go down to like the time, and I would like hit it, and I would pretend I was like logging, and I'd like talk to it. I'd be like, today this
Okay,
this and this and
vlogger
this
from
happened."
age 5. Like
Before I went to bed, and then I'd have to press it again to like end my log for the day.
That's
And
so funny.
I'd go to
I
bed.
didn't know that. Yeah, I think you had an impact on why I was so terrified of things because you also had imaginary friends. And she would talk to them and like act like they were really there. I hated it. I'd be like, Chloe, stop. Like, stop.
I know Sarah would
She-
just yell at me.
She would pretend she was like a different girl. She'd give herself a different name and like make us pretend she was like someone else.
That's like
I hated it. I was like, you're not being
it's
true.
mental illness in
No.
it. Just a little bit. If my kid did that, I'd be like, oh, psychiatrist. Immediately. Let's figure out what's
But
going
it
on.
wasn't like normal because
Oh, it wasn't. You're
because
right.
she would think like she would say that her imaginary friend like got shot and died and like
Okay, for context on that one, our uncle was shot when we were younger.
Yeah.
He was, and I think that was like my way of like coping
Coping.
with it. Was like, my imaginary friend shot my other imaginary friend. Very messy. You know what? At least
So
I
bad.
coped.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just handled it the way that I needed to.
I
for
was too
myself.
young to even like know. No
Yeah.
one told me about that
Yeah.
except for when he did himself,
Yeah.
because he like let me feel the bullets
It's
in him.
crazy.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it was kind of cool though. I liked it. But
Yeah.
the way I would fall asleep almost every night, Chloe, you, and our father, like, I feel like
Stop.
it was only us three watching like The Office at night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Was
That's
Sarah
'cause-
even there?
That's 'cause
Yes.
when we when we got on our Office kick, that's when you were like, that's when Mom and Dad got divorced, and you were like on your little rebellious
Oh.
and like out with your friends all the time and like didn't want to be home.
It was. I never wanted to be home, but it was so annoying when you guys were like, "Fine, we're gonna go do something." fun
Yeah.
without you." It was so mean.
And then you'd
but
stay.
when I'd stay, you wouldn't do shit, and I'm like, "Why am I even here?" I hated it. I hated it. You can feel the anger in my voice.
it was like a little like punishment too. I'm
It was
just kidding.
so mean.
We never did it on purpose. We just like didn't feel the need to like entertain ourselves when you were there. Like we'd just be like, okay, Sarah's here. Like we're fine.
It's so annoying.
Like you wouldn't be there, and we'd be like, we're so bored and lonely. Like we're sad. Like let's go do
But
something.
you would do it to punish me.
We wouldn't.
Yeah.
We would
You
joke
literally
about it,
said it
though.
out loud.
I was joking.
It's fine.
Therapy. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but
how would you fall asleep? Chloe and Dad were watching The Office.
yeah, and then they'd make me go to bed, and they continue watching it
That's
without
so
me.
mean.
Yeah, and then I just like lay up and hear you guys like either talking about me.
What?
I remember hearing you guys saying that I was annoying one time.
We did not.
That would never happen.
I remember it vividly, so don't tell me that wouldn't happen, because I
Dad
remember
and
it.
Chloe would. What happened?
I remember I was in my room, and I don't know like what happened. I think I got in like trouble, and someone said he's so annoying, but it didn't sound like a little girl. It sounded like Dad said it.
No
No,
way.
he would never.
He would never say that.
I don't know. Okay, so I heard it,
Your
and
imaginary
someone
things.
I didn't.
What if he was talking about Cole or something? Like he would say that about Cole.
No, because I
What?
had just gotten in trouble.
Oh, so he was like, what, he was talking to me though. Like I see him like saying that to like Mom or something. Like they're
Yeah.
like just,
Maybe, but I don't know. I was young, so. But I remember it making me like really mad.
Oh, Cam.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
confrontation.
But,
About it.
It was either like
10 years
hearing you
later.
guys talking about something, or just like listening to the TV and falling asleep, or hearing you guys laugh and wanting to be down there so bad with you guys.
Dude, what's wrong? Why would
We
we
used to do
continue
that, though,
watching
like-
it?
We would make Cameron go to bed, and then we make you go to bed, and then I'd stay up a little later, and then go to bed.
I would never go to bed. I would just wait. I would wait for Sarah to come to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I used to talk to myself too.
One time, speaking of hearing things while you're in your bed, I a similar thing happened. Maybe our house was haunted.
Oh, I have a
was-
really creepy story,
It was.
but
You know
continue
what? I
with
felt
yours.
very safe in the basement out of most places. Like upstairs, I felt
Mm-mm.
I
Things weren't
never felt safe in the basement.
like I,
The
maybe
living
'cause I
room
had
was the
my-
safest place for me.
Yeah,
and the
I had my
sunroom.
bed down there. I moved my bed down there at some point after you moved out, but I like being upstairs, like in Mom's and Dad's room. I was like, no.
Mom's and Dad's room was creepy. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I think the living room was the most. There's so many ghost stories.
Wait,
like-
what were you
No, we gotta
saying?
do a whole.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll
other
do a
Yeah.
episode.
different one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, mine was like traumatic, so I'll remember it. I don't know if I told you guys it, but like I've told my friends. I probably told you or something.
Maybe save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
I'll
it
save
for a
it.
different one. We'll do a whole like ghost story.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
My
I feel like
biggest
I
fear-
feel like
we
out of
could
our family
fill
we have a lot.
whole hour with ghost stories.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. My biggest fear growing up was the house getting broken into. Like
That was my biggest fear
yeah, I would like literally have nightmares all like the whole night about it.
Oh my
too. One of the
God.
scariest movies I have ever watched was Strangers.
That was a very creepy
Oh, that
movie,
was
especially
scary.
because there's
you guys
no
were young too, and
there's no music in it, so it's like
and you
like,
just
have
see
to,
them
like,
in the
see it.
background.
Yeah.
It just
I wanna watch
freaks
it.
me out.
Yeah.
We should watch it.
And
Yeah,
like
we should.
the video of like that lady like crawling from that guy's attic. She's just been living there in this guy's house. I'm like,
Yes, and she like goes in his fridge and like drinks out of his juice. Doesn't
Oh,
even pour
yeah.
herself a glass. I mean, why would she? Like, she's already in someone's house.
Yeah.
She clearly doesn't
she
have
like
any
uses
respect.
the sink as a bathroom too.
Ew! How does she poop? Poops in the
Outside,
sink.
upstairs.
Maybe in the attic.
Now what?
I don't know. Should we wrap it up? We've been.
I
Talking
think so.
for
We've
a
been
minute.
talking for a really long time.
We got like very off topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
To
That's
go
okay.
back and see.
It's a healthy type of off topic though.
Yeah.
Needed to be said.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to our first episode.
Yeah, this was our first episode. We got.
Yeah,
We
our
got
very
crazy.
first take. We're so good at this.
We already recorded like an hour and a half of footage and had to.
Had to
trash.
delete it. It's all good. All right. We'll catch us next week.
Yep, December 8th.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just +7. 1 + 7.
Good job, Chloe.
Got him.
All right. Thanks. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.